Last week, I made a video stating that I swore an oath to the Constitution, not to a man, and that I don't recognize the authority of anyone who calls themselves a king. And it has come to my attention that a number of people don't understand how our oath works. Some people left comments asking about, well, what about the fact that he's the president? While others left comments saying, he's the president. You'll follow orders no matter what. So I'm going to take some time and explain how this works. So when we join the military, we all swear an oath. As an enlisted member, I swear an oath of enlistment. Officers swear an oath that's similar to ours, but different because their responsibilities and expectations are different than ours. The president also swears an oath when he takes office. You may remember that both times that he was sworn in, there was this big controversy about how he didn't put his hand on the Bible when he swore the oath. Bible aside, that's not an important part about the oath. The important part is that he swore it, and he swore it in front of witnesses. So, Bible or not, that oath is still binding. In the presidential oath, he swears that he will, to the best of his ability, uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. It's a very simple oath, pretty short, and that's essentially it. In the enlisted oath, we swear that we will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States from, and I quote, all enemies, foreign and domestic. Close quote. We also swear, following that part, that we will obey the orders of the President of the United States and of all officers appointed above us. And that is where the clarification, I believe, is needed. So yes, we do swear to follow the orders of the President of the United States. However, first, we swear that we will uphold and defend the Constitution. The presidential part comes after that, and that is a very important detail. See, the founding fathers were worried that people in the government over time would become greedy and desire power. And so they specifically worded things so that the military could not be used to take power from the people and give it to one man. We don't swear any allegiance or loyalty to the president. The Constitution does not recognize the power and authority of any king. And so the moment that the president breaks his oath of office, his power and authority as president becomes null and void. And the moment that happens, we are no longer under oath to obey any orders that he may try to issue. And that is on purpose. Additionally, we are charged with disobeying any and all unlawful orders, regardless of who they come from. So if you're concerned or confused about whether or not things might go a certain direction, I hope that clears it up. And if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments and I will do my best to address them.
At the center of this storm is President Trump, now back in power and charging ahead with a political playbook that feels less like a Democratic mandate and more like a hostile corporate takeover. But this time, it's not shareholder profits or branding clout on the line, it's the soul of the nation, our checks and balances, the rule of law, and that sacred document known as the Constitution. Under Trump's current administration, we've seen unsettling patterns: open disdain for the judiciary, talk of punishing judges who don't rule his way, and a growing trend of placing loyalists into powerful, often sensitive positions. It's the kind of thing that might look normal in an authoritarian regime, but here in America, it raises every red flag imaginable. And the good news? Many of our service members are not having it. They're refusing to bend the knee to the orange man, as one veteran put it, not out of rebellion, but out of duty. Because when they took an oath to defend the Constitution, it wasn't to any single man. It was to a set of values that define who we are as a country: liberty, justice, equality, and accountability. Their defiance isn't about partisanship, it's about patriotism. And that distinction matters. These officers aren't pledging allegiance to the left or the right. They're pledging allegiance to what's right. And in doing so, they're reminding the rest of us that democracy isn't a spectator sport. It needs defenders, loud ones, brave ones. Because let's be real, democracies don't crumble overnight. They erode slowly in silence. But thanks to these outspoken veterans and officers, silence isn't on the menu. So here's to the Americans who still believe that power should be checked, laws should be respected, and leaders, no matter how popular or powerful, are still accountable to the people. These men and women aren't just defending the Constitution, they are the Constitution in action.
Do it again. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance. To the same. So help me God. Thank you.
I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say it very clearly. I joined the United States Army September of 2010. I was not a citizen of the United States at the time. I was a legal resident. I had a green card. You can still join any branch of the United States military without being a citizen, as long as you have your paperwork all squared away. When I got back from my 2012 deployment to Afghanistan, we were all assigned garrison duties, meaning you might have done what you did overseas, but now you're back in the States and you have a job to do. My job was to work in our dining facility in the administration office. This means I was in charge of all things digital. I ordered food, I managed the schedules, I did head count, I trained people. Like, it's very, very techie, very administrative, almost like I was in an admin office. However, we hit a snag. I needed access to a US Army email account so I could answer emails and send emails. It's an email account. I wasn't trying to launch weapons or control people. This was just so I could have an email account. Low-level security clearance in a dining facility. And in order to get the lowest level security clearance, I needed to become a United States citizen. I'm gonna say that one more time. To get the lowest level security clearance in the United States Army, just in order to get an email account, .army.mil, I had to become a United States citizen. So I did. Then I got my email account. And then I got honorably discharged. And I'm like, wow, I did that all for an email? That wasn't worth it. The point is, it should enrage you that Donald Trump is giving random people who aren't citizens, who haven't gotten background checks done, security clearance. And he's giving them security clearance for a hell of a lot more high-level shit than I was doing. And I had to give up my former country's citizenship to become a citizen of this country, of the United States. You should be freaking the fuck out. You should be angry. Get fucking angry.
Something serious is brewing in America. And no, it's not just another heated debate on Capitol Hill or a late-night cable news meltdown. This time, it's a full-blown reckoning between those who swore to defend the Constitution and the man now sitting in the White House. You see, a growing number of U.S. military officers and veterans, men and women who've risked their lives to uphold the Constitution, are standing up and speaking out. Loudly, boldly, unapologetically. And what they're saying is crystal clear. They will not betray their country. Not now. Not ever. These aren't fringe voices or political pawns. These are decorated service members, some recently retired, some still active, who've served through wars, administrations, and crises. But today, they're facing a new kind of threat, one that doesn't come from across an ocean, but from within our own borders, from a commander-in-chief who, in their eyes, is steering America down a dangerous path.